Hi, my name is Katie Markquart, and I am the Regional Coordinator for Capernaum in the Heartland region. My role is to help walk alongside and equip our staff and volunteers as they think about including students with disabilities into their ministries. And so I am going to share with you just a few minutes today about what Capernaum is. And how you might be able to think about getting involved or getting Capernaum started in your area. Bear with me, I'm just going to share my screen with you guys. So Capernaum is Young Life. It is not something that's separate. A lot of times people can think of it as separate, but it's really not. The methods are the same, just there may be some modifications in order to make the ministry more accessible to people with disabilities. It's a common mission of introducing adolescents to Christ and helping them grow in their faith. And many of the same tools and processes that we use in traditional Young Life are used in Capernaum as well. We know that teens with disabilities live and go to school in each of our communities, but we oftentimes might not realize that they are there. People with disabilities are incredibly marginalized and forgotten by and large. And in order for us to reach them and to share the good news of Jesus Christ with them, we need to be intentional and have a plan for them. By not intentionally thinking about how to let people with disabilities know that they are invited, celebrated, and needed in the body of Christ, we will unintentionally exclude them. Capernaum is a ministry with individuals with disabilities. And that word "with" is important. Rather than thinking of it as a ministry to people with disabilities or a ministry for people with disabilities, I really want to challenge us to think about it as a ministry with people with disabilities. When we look at 1 Corinthians 12 and we think about the body of Christ, and we're told that every part of the body is important, from the little pinky toe to the head. We know that people with disabilities are an important part of the body of Christ that is oftentimes forgotten. And when parts of the body are left out or forgotten, then the body is not complete. And so it's important that we remember that each part of the body is important. We believe that every teen has the right to hear about Jesus, and that includes teenagers with disabilities. And so Capernaum is a way to intentionally seek after teenagers with disabilities, specifically intellectual and developmental disabilities, and present the gospel to them in a way that connects with them. This is a short video that just helps explain the ministry of Capernaum.
Young people with disabilities is a little bit of an unreached people group.
There are teenagers with special needs in every neighborhood, in every city of the world.
And they have their own unique sets of challenges. They are confronted with all the things that high school kids face, but then they also have limitations that typically developing kids don't have.
There's a lot of loneliness and isolation that they experience.
Our friends with disabilities don't have the opportunities that your average high school friend has.
But kids with disabilities have so much to offer.
Joy, enthusiasm, just a different outlook on life.
They understand love and giving and relationships.
And they are fun to be around. They want to go on adventures. They want to have friends that are their own age. They want to do things that every other teenager wants to do.
They just want to be loved and want to be known.
And they need to know that the God of the universe is madly in love with them and that He created them just as they are.
Young Life Capernaum is a ministry that serves high schoolers with disabilities and teaches them about the good news of Jesus Christ.
and give these kids the opportunity to participate in activities outside of school and outside of family and just make friends.
We go wherever kids with disabilities are. We enter into their worlds, get to know them, get to know teachers, we get to know parents.
They're not a project. They're a friend, and we see it as a reciprocal relationship.
This isn't just respite care. These are our friends.
They want me around just as much as I want them around, and that's friendship. Not only are we providing a place for them to be accepted and wanted and invited, we're seeking them out.
And we long for them to experience God's love in a way that they understand.
Even if our friends with disabilities don't respond or don't care about Jesus, we continue to love them and walk with them.
And we're never going to stop.
A huge portion of our ministry is related to the families.
We feel comfortable that Hannah, she's safe. And when she leaves a Young Life Capernaum event, we can tell she's had fun. The leaders, they're genuinely interested in Hannah. Capernaum meets us where we are, and there is no doubt that Young Life has an impact on the children and the families also.
Capernaum also has an impact on everybody on staff.
Our volunteers, our kids that are in our Young Life Club.
It's like layers upon layers.
Everyone's impacted.
I've been radically changed by the way that they love me.
We have come so far. There are close to 400 Capernaum ministries around the world, but we're not even close to done.
Our vision is that everywhere that there's a Young Life Club, kids with disabilities would be included.
And that's going to take time, energy, resource, everything we got.
But as long as we can and are able to, we need to just move forward. We get to share in the glory of witnessing these kids experience joy and walking our kids closer to Christ. There's nothing greater.
So if the inclusion of students with disabilities into Young Life, into Wildlife, is something that excites you or just interests you, I would encourage you to talk to the staff person in your area. I'm available to talk as well. It's an important part of Young Life, and something that we're really excited in the Heartland region to see grow and take fruit in the coming years. So I look forward to the day that I can meet you all in person. And until then, please do feel free to reach out. A great next step in this as well is just to be praying about students with disabilities in your communities, praying for them and keeping your eyes open to see where they might be in your cities, in your towns. Yeah, I just thank you. Thank you for listening. Hope to meet you soon. Bye-bye.